creepy downfall of Drake.
I want to be on the record. Drake's gonna be, he's on that R. Kelly tip.
Matt and Shane Secret Podcast, episode 141. A Wash and Program. Oh, propaganda. August 5th, 2019. So 2019, Shane Gillis supposedly predicted the downfall of Drake and sort of kind of exposed some of the things that we're just now today coming to knowledge of. So let's get into it and see exactly what his prediction was and see how accurate he was.
Jersey Drake's into the young ones. He's gonna get got in the next 5 years.
All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
Cat Williams again, the truth, so I'ma get mine.
Shane Gillis and Cat Williams probably saw the same clips circulating online back then that Kendrick did. Now that the beef went nuclear, the internet is flooded with evidence of Drake's worst behaviors.
Why do you look like that? You dick. Look at all this. I had fun. I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun. I like the way your breasts feel against my chest.
Alleged Snapchats with more underage girls at parties with Drake, meeting Hailey Baldwin at 15, hanging around Millie Bobby Brown since 13.
I met Drake in an Australian hotel. Honestly, we text all the time now. About boys, he helps me. That stays in the text messages.
Alleged grooming type behavior. Paying off $500,000 to an SA victim in 2019 is really quite damning, let alone praising your friend Barker's release from prison when he's one of the offender registry pins Kendrick used for this artwork cover. To have this many predators in a public registry showing up at the Drake mansion is one of the most...
In terms of the artwork, if y'all don't know, when you go on the SA offenders website, you know what I'm saying, it gives you pins of people at certain locations to let you know where those offenders may be. I don't know if this is literally from the page itself or if this was like just like a creative, you know what I'm saying, work art to go with the song. I mean, you have to do your own research for that. I just thought it was like a clever, you know what I'm saying, artwork to put with the song, you know what I mean, to match the energy the song is giving.
Especially as Drake is a father, let alone it being the artwork to Kendrick's most popular diss so far. I mean, Kendrick told LeBron to keep his kids away from Drake. Popular diss so far. I mean, Kendrick told...
That boy doing numbers. At this point it's been what, like a week now? Let me see where he's at now with the numbers. So Euphoria. In 7 days it had 17 mil. At 12 days it's at 21 mil. Meet the Grams at 4 days had 19 mil. And now at 8 days it has 23 mil. And Not Like Us at 3 days it had 24 mil, which is crazy. And now at 7 days, which is 4 days later, it is at 35 million views.
LeBron to keep his kids away from Drake and implied he will soon be raided by authorities. This is nuclear beyond any other diss track ever. It's the culmination of two of the biggest artists in the world collecting dirt for over a decade. But past disses like Control, King Kunta, Element, or Drake's many sneak disses simply scratch the surface compared to the nukes they've dropped on each other's reputations this week. This has been a level of personal that music history hasn't seen before. From Big 3 to Size 7 Shoe to You Are Harvey Weinstein, well, that escalated quickly. Kendrick dropping 15 minutes after Drake's Family Matters was the genius move. Meet the Grahams completely destroyed any impact Drake might have had that day by being one of the most evil songs anyone's ever heard. Every single reaction channel online looked like they were the ones being verbally tortured. It's that brutal. Kendrick and Drake fans were in utter disbelief from the first few words. Nobody expected Kendrick to address each of Drake's family members by name with a letter to each of them, while claiming he's allegedly a trafficker and a predator so clearly.
Two whitest human beings on the planet to tell you something about a hip-hop star that you speak to regularly?
Yeah, but I don't know these people's personal lives. I really wouldn't know.
You think so?
Drizzy Drake likes him young.
What?
He does. That's somewhat known already, but he just
like-
likes young girls. Like 17.
Ah, dude, that's called a bro.
No, it's not.
I figured after the light warnings on Euphoria that Drake would have simmered down to save face, but he attacked Kendrick's wife, as he did Pusha T's wife, showing that he hasn't learned from last time. While we can't verify a lot of each other's side's claims just yet, Drake clearly has more evidence and strange behavior against him than Kendrick, so online it's not looking good for Drake at all. To address that Drake is sick like Harvey Weinstein and should die, to Drake's parents by name, let alone dropping 4 back-to-back nuclear bombs in 4 days, not like us also serving as the West Coast club banger catchy version of the bunch, it's an unprecedented level of personal character destruction on the world stage, especially the "you lied" parts over such an off-putting minor chord progression that freaked out pretty much everybody that's heard it.
Nah, that's my goal. I'm coolin', having a good time. I was about to go get the Henny. What the did this Kendrick drop and start talking about? What the
Alchemist, though, is an amazing producer, so no surprise there. Drake claimed on his response to have fed Kendrick false information about a fake daughter, but considering he's hidden children before, public sentiment is with Kendrick. If this was true, Drake should have posted proof that he leaked info to Kendrick. Instead, he immediately denied the daughter existed on Instagram, but weirdly allowed the predator allegations to circulate for 2 full days before responding. It's a catch-22. He can't avoid addressing the allegations, but by addressing them on the track 2 days late, he has drawn way more attention to the Barker case and to every creepy Drake moment in the past 15 years.
And these 17-year-olds want to come out to my shows. Yeah, I have a good theory on Drizzy Drake. He's getting brought down, bro.
You think so?
He's had some weird experiences.
For
Child star, yeah, you gotta remember that.
Corey Fell, all those dudes.
Drake then basically said, "I am not a predator. I am too rich and too famous to be one," which is an argument that makes 0 goddamn sense. Who the hell told him that would help? He then makes weird allusions between Kendrick and R. Kelly when Drake is the one with the strange history here. To me, Drake's most damning replies so far were saying Kendrick's kid is actually his longtime friend Dave Freeze, and suggesting Kendrick has abuse issues with his partner. He thinks Kendrick's close friend Dave Free basically being an uncle figure to Kendrick's kids and leaving a heart on Whitney's Instagram is evidence, or Whitney not following Kendrick, but she's never followed his artist account that barely posts because they're partners in real life. She knows the guy, she doesn't need to follow his artist Instagram. Drake appears desperate using Instagram perceptions against a guy that doesn't even use it. He also tried to use Mother I Sober against Kendrick, which might have led to the hundreds of thousands of dislikes.
When I heard the misuse of the Mother I Sober record, because, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, you know what I'm saying, it was met with different degrees of likes and dislikes. I personally liked it. I listened to the whole thing on a regular basis when it first came out. It was real deep, real introspective, you know what I'm saying, something I enjoyed from Kendrick. But I immediately knew that this nigga was just reaching for straws at this point. And he said, when he misused the Mother I Sober context to kind of poke fun at Kendrick when in actuality he was wrong on the topic. The beef was already over before then. He had already lost, but at that point it's like, man, you beating yourself now.
More than likes on Drake's Heart Part 6, something that has never happened on a Drake song before. Kendrick clearly states on the song that other rappers in his family have SA trauma and they use money and status to cope. But Drake tries to lowball that into, oh, that's why you're obsessed with predators, and tries to angle that Kendrick said he was touched on that song, which is completely incorrect. But none of Drake's hits on Kendrick have any evidence at all. In fact, Kendrick's partner's brother tweeted in support of Kendrick, which he probably would not have done if Drake's claims were true. But just like Drake saying Kendrick doesn't give back to his community when there's ample evidence that's not the case, he's willing to throw things out there without any backing, or the slave line that backfired on him massively. If it's true that Kendrick's raising a kid that isn't his, that's not a blight on his character, the same way Drake not raising his is. Clearly this is what Pusha T meant by "this is only volume 1.
Bruh, who made this? Who made this, bruh?
In the story of Added On diss that exposed Drake as a deadbeat father in 2018, but Drake folded, so it didn't get any worse for his reputation. He said at the time that it was too far, that Pusha involved his son and mocked producer 40 for his illness, so I can't imagine how hurt he really is over Meet the Grahams.
I have no desire to ever mend anything with that person. Enjoying being a father, I'm enjoying my house, and my mind isn't plagued by beef, though. Or, you know, obviously the part that hit me the most, which is like, you know, wishing like that my friend that has an illness. Like,
all while pretending that he's fine in his spoken word Heart Part 6 outro that is already being mocked online. Ironically, only other famous predators or alleged predators can compare to the magnitude of this situation, especially Michael Jackson, who Drake has been comparing himself to since surpassing some of his records. From Damn in 2017, Kendrick was clearly planning more than just Mr. Morale, as even just one of the disses titled 616 has so many goddamn meanings. There's no way this man hasn't been planning this for years, as has been rumored on Twitter. With people singing the A minor line and the certified PDF line in clubs and parties already, it's not looking good for Drake to be losing at his own game of popular music. Drake is still posting memes and movies and laughing off Metro Boomin's BBL Drizzy beat. Meanwhile, Metro asked aspiring...
Nah, that BBL Drizzy by Metro Boomin is hard. The beat just alone by itself is hard. Like, you could literally listen to the beat by itself with no lyrics on it, and it's still hard.
Rappers to diss Drake on the beat, so he's really copying it from everybody for free. I've never seen that in any other diss, but most rappers don't get Kim Kardashian-esque surgeries or butt jobs, so there's many jokes to be had there. Ex-Drake collaborator Metro Boomin also said, "We both know you can't tell everyone why I don't F with you," insinuating the same predator angle that Kendrick let loose. Even Certified Lover Boy's cover art now looks bad for Drake, with the 12 pregnant women being quite prophetic for his apparent current situation, if this many baby mothers exist. He hit Adonis, so it's clear this could have been what has happened with previous children. It remains to be seen if Drake will face any repercussions like P. Diddy has this year, or Weinstein-Epstein as they both referred to, whichever yes men.
Why hasn't Diddy been charged after home raids? Diddy's homes were raided by federal agents in March. It was 2 months ago. Investigators are still bidding their case. Former federal prosecutors say it could be months before potential charges are announced. Come on now. It's been 2 months. They don't have enough evidence yet to charge him. I have a theory on why they haven't, but I won't get into that just yet here.
Diddy has this year, or Weinstein-Epstein as they both referred to, whichever yes men were telling him it was a good idea to battle someone as cutthroat as Kendrick while having potential predator skeletons in his closet. Is he insane? Clearly his own circle wants him to crash, and behind closed doors his public image is not lining up with the man they have to deal with. You can't be this scene from Always Sunny in Philadelphia unironically and expect to win over the public.
We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids.
Now with a shooting at Drake's mansion in Canada, leaving his security guard in hospital.
Security guard who was shot outside the mansion of the rapper I should say, Drake in Toronto.
Things are starting to ramp up. Drake using AI Tupac's voice might have upset some LA gangs, but nobody knows the motive just yet. Kendrick did warn Drake that disrespecting Pac could lead to violence from those that idolize him, so who knows? However, if the public has already decided that the man has sketchy behavior...
If I ask students what they're listening to in their headphones, Drake. I polled my classes on what they thought, and they were ready to throw down for Kendrick. I had like one Drake defender in each class. They're finding subtle quadruple entendres and like explaining them eloquently to their peers. This is a cultural moment.
The lack of authenticity has always hurt Drake in his search for respect.
One of the homies at the job was defending Drake, and I'm sitting here trying to explain to him, bruh, like, you must ain't listen to them songs. There's a lot of people that still defending Drake just really don't like Kendrick. That's really all it is. Like, they just picked a side from the jump and they just stayed on that side. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, yeah, Kendrick can rap, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the best rappers, but they don't really like his music stylistically. You know what I mean? They might just like the real popular records that make it to, like, you know what I mean, like the radio style records. But a lot of his album cuts and stuff that comes from, you know what I'm saying, majority of his albums, a lot of people just don't like his style of rap, I guess you could say. So those people are on the Drake side, and they just kind of stayed on that side by default because they don't like Kendrick, not because they're actually deep diving into these songs.
The colonizer of culture that isn't his, as Kendrick and Earl Sweatshirt have said before. I mean, being fake to the point of alleged fake ab implant surgery is just ridiculous. And with ghostwriting always part of his image, it really is a long life battle with himself. With Drake's recent response still slammed with more dislikes than likes, this truly could be the death of Drake.
Guess what show he produced?
Yeah, Euphoria.
Euphoria, dude.
Yeah, dude. Let's see if Birdman will FaceTime us.
I'm so happy. I'm like, what is going on with you? And you're like, well, Drake's a...
Now, conclusions. What do we think of this? I don't think this is the end of Drake's career. I do think he lost the battle. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, in my opinion, he lost the battle after Euphoria dropped. Euphoria alone, you know what I'm saying, gave Kendrick the upper hand, in my opinion, to go for the win. Family Matters was good. I actually like Family Matters, but after Family Matters, when he dropped Meet the Grams, you know what I mean, it was over. And not like us, we just like the icing on the cake, you feel me? So, but with all that said, I don't think Drake's career is over. I think he probably lays low for a while, you know what I'm saying, lets all the commotion die down. I believe he's probably hoping that Not Like Us record doesn't live too long, you know what I'm saying, but I believe around fall, winter, things will be looking back to normal for him. So I definitely don't think his career is over. All the pedophile allegations. He's done some creepy stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know to what extent, how far those allegations are true, but you know how fans are. Everybody's gonna forget about this in about a couple months, and Drake's gonna come back with a couple hits, and everything's gonna be back to normal. But y'all tell me what y'all think down below in the comments. You feel me? Let's have a real conversation about this stuff in the comments. You know what I'm saying? We're a community, and we're gonna have these talks and get into the meat and potatoes of this stuff. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna be dropping a lot more content. You know what I mean? Coming soon. So make sure you stay tuned for that.